Now, the question is, for the parts bin, to you, dear listener, if I say name the best electric car in the world, what would you come up with? Would it be the Tesla Model S? Would it be one of the limited production supercars like the Rimac Concept 1?
Yeah, you know what that is?
The people who, if they, you know what it is, yeah, it's an amazing car. I actually took pictures of that in New York 4 years ago.
They can't count your Lucid Air yet, can they?
Not yet, but definitely could be one for consideration. Or for those of you who are the Tesla faithful, a Tesla Model S. All of you would be wrong, according to this one German magazine.
I'm going to say, when I last looked up the best budget-ish EVs on a budget.
Okay, but that's kind of different.
Tesla did win that one, but yeah,
well, that also
not that I'm pro Tesla. It's just
but that's also kind of suspect too. Why didn't the Chevy EV Bolt win?
I believe that was right there with, and then the Niro too, were like the top three.
Yeah,
I believe.
So we'll have to question that sometime. In any case, the influential German magazine Auto, Motor und Sport summed up the first review of the all-electric equivalent of the familiar Mercedes-Benz S-Class by declaring that the new EQS, the best electric car in the world. I want to let that sink in. Almost simultaneously, an analyst with Swiss bank UBS said that the German battery car tops the Model S on a number of key fronts. Now, if you have never experienced a Mercedes S-Class,
I haven't.
It is a vehicle that will take you to another dimension, or in Chase's words, another Earth. It's been an amazing road car. It's got nothing but more amazing. Now Mercedes has topped that with an electric version, which, by the way, is not just an S-Class hopped up or modified to be an electric. They built this thing on purpose to be an EV. And they set their sights high, as their advertising says, and I quote, "the best or nothing."
I do like that line.
Yeah, well, for what you're going to pay for it, it better be. That's all I'm saying.
True.
Because it ain't cheap, but that's okay. Let me back up because I've got 14 different things I want to say at the same time. Remember we said that Hyundai was going to spend $87 billion by the end of the decade on all sorts of stuff, electric vehicles mainly and autonomous. Mercedes plans to invest $83 billion in battery electric technology by 2025. Folks, that's over a little less than 4 years. They're cramming all that money into a little less than 4 years. That's a bunch of cash. I just want that to sink in for a minute, too.
I think they're maybe a little worried about their base.
Well, here's the thing. Elon Musk, and we've readily admitted it, made owning an electric car cool and sophisticated and upscale. And anybody that tells you different didn't understand the industry. You got to if you don't give him props for nothing, you give him props for that, because he did do it. Up till Elon Musk, you said electric car and people thought golf cart, motorized little buggy or something. No, the man made it cool by making them fast and sleek and expensive and really cool. But this battery car, the new EQS, adopts what they call a radical new one-box design that's meant to distinguish it from existing models like the also new 2021 S-Class. The styling also put a premium on reducing range-stealing wind drag. And because the drivetrain has been moved into a skateboard-like platform, some space normally devoted to an engine compartment has been repurposed for passenger and cargo. The interior adopts an equally radical new design And get this, the car can be ordered with the new hyperscreen technology with displays stretching from pillar to pillar, wall to wall, wall to wall, wall to wall. All I'm asking, does it come with a remote? I'm just asking for a friend.
Yeah,
just asking.
I need one.
Yeah, because I can't imagine touchscreen. That'd be a little bit overwhelming, I think. The base, quote unquote, EQS 450 Plus will feature a single rear-mounted electric motor generating 329 horsepower and 406 pound-feet of torque. That's a lot of torque, buddy. A lot of torque. The EQS 580 4MATIC, which is all-wheel drive, will add a motor on the front axle and bump that up to 516 horsepower and 611 pound-feet of torque. You're now getting into Charger RT territory and approaching Hellcat territory. You ain't quite there yet, but you on your way. Enough to launch it from 0 to 60 in 4.1 seconds. Now, some of y'all poo-pooing, but 4.1 is awful fast. I mean, really awful fast for a car of that weight and size. As for charging, the 107.8 kilowatt-hour lithium-ion battery pack, and I love this part, can boost range by nearly 200 miles in 15 minutes. 15 minutes. And go from a 10% state of charge to an 80% state of charge in 31 minutes using one of the newer 400-volt direct charge public quick chargers, according to Mercedes. And now it's not as quick as the 800-volt Porsche Panamerica, I can never pronounce that, never mind, Porsche model. For some reason, I'm having a problem today. I don't know. Which can access 800-volt systems. And I wonder about the Taycan, which was built as an electric, which also has a high voltage system and can charge pretty quickly. But the EQS will deliver substantially quicker charging than the Tesla Model S. That's got to be, Elon's going to be feeling that just a little bit. Just a little bit. It's also more efficient with how it uses the electricity how it uses the electricity that's available to it. I'm not going to read all the numbers, but it's more efficient per mile than the Tesla Model S.
Which helps too with things like heating and cooling.
Absolutely.
Just so expensive. I mean, I sure hope so. It's just so expensive.
First of all, new technology. And in fairness, new plant, new way of doing things, new equipment.
Buy a house for that.
In some states, you can buy a number of houses for that. But it's like anything. Automakers and the industry has been that way for years. The most expensive vehicles get the fanciest technology first. As they figure out how to build it, get experience with it, the price starts to come down, and they start making that available. Now,
that's what'll be interesting though for Mercedes, because
they already announced that they will.
Mercedes is more of fancy schmancy,
but their EQ brand, that's a brand. An electric brand, and they're coming out with other vehicles that won't cost as much.
Yeah.
That will probably incorporate a lot of this technology.
You'll have to if you want to have a big share of the EV market. I mean,
well, I don't know if they want a big share, but they want a profitable share. We reported how BMW's approach is being very profitable for them. How Volkswagen decided that from sale one that their electric vehicles not only will be, but are profitable for them. And this was not always the case as little as 5 years ago. If you built an EV, you lost money. Toyota's been losing money on the Prius for years, when they first started out.
People like that car too.
They do, but it gave them some experience that if you drive one of the hybrids today, you'd be blown away. They're awesome. And I'm not a hybrid fan, but these things are awesome. But it took them building all that time to learn what they needed to learn and get good at it.
Next up is the review of the 2020.